But in terms of new contracts, Ole Gunnar Solskjær, what are your thoughts? Because
Yeah.
I think we've got differing opinions on this one. So I'm gonna let you go first because I remember a comment
Look,
in the last videos. But
yeah, look, I mean, look, it's quite interesting because just before the FA Cup game against Leicester, there were rumors per se that were starting to build up that a new contract could be on the way for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and we're talking about potentially another 4 years of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United, and you sort of ask yourself, has he done enough to sort of earn himself a new contract? I think he's added stability, yes, but he needs to at some point put silverware with regards to into this Manchester United team. I think, and the fact that after the Leicester game they got knocked out by Leicester in the FA Cup, so that's gone. What is left now to realistically play for is the Europa League. I think United does have the capabilities to go to the final, but they also have the capabilities of faltering somewhere. And does Ole deserve a new contract? It's a tough one. That's a tough one because I thought by now he should have won something. What do you think?
I think he's done something which people haven't been able to do at Manchester United in a long time, which is just some sort
Yeah.
of cohesion, identity, and stability. They've got their starting 11 sussed. There's a plan to how he plays. They've done particularly well in a Premier League season that's been characterized by sort of mediocre performance with everyone aside from Manchester City. Um, you look at you look at Ole's record too against Manchester City, and they may be the best side in the Premier League, but they're not necessarily the best side in Manchester at the moment, and that's been under Ole too. Um, we saw him struggle initially when they were Champions League and Premier League. Once they were knocked out of the Champions League, there was some sort of consistency. So I think as much as like, yes, you want silverware. When's it going to happen? No one has been getting silverware. No one is going to get silverware besides Manchester City this year. It's been a year characterized by COVID and everything. I think he's built the platform. I think to let him go now would be silly because you're going to bring in a guy that's going to want to impose his own identity after finally just getting a team identity together after you, which they were never able to do after Alex Ferguson, Sir Alex. On the other hand, when it comes to, because I mean, we all know that the Premier League title is the most important for these guys. And when it comes to that, is this year was probably their best shot in. Uh, so that is the only other thing is that Liverpool will be back next year with like 17 of their players back.
Mhm.
Arsenal are building under Arteta. Man City, there's no reason to suggest they won't go from strength to strength next year. So
Yeah.
Man United are going to have to put in a huge effort. I think make some really good signings because there are a few guys that need to go in that team and that need to come in for them to actually have a shot next year. So it's one of those contradictions where he's done particularly well under the conditions this year, but it was also their best shot at winning the title, and that's not going to happen. Um, 3-4 years is a big time to lock a guy in for a contract in soccer as a manager. So that
Yeah.
does interest me too. I mean, he got a 3-year contract initially, but I did a piece on him recently for Soccer Club, and he's aside from silverware, he's done particularly well with Man United, given the context in which he came in. And I don't really see anyone being more fit to come in and do a better job than he would do with them next year. I think it's one of those things where they're going to need to assess him at the end of next year.
Yeah, look, I think you definitely mentioned a good point when you say that if you were to bring in someone new, I mean, you'd have to dismantle the whole thing that they've built already. And I don't think it's a good thing to be doing that. I will also say with the Gasol is that he has brought in some stability, that the team is playing a lot better than what they were under Van Gaal, what they were under Jose Mourinho. But the thing is that probably Van Gaal and Jose would probably say is that, hey, I won the FA Cup. The other one would say, I won the Carabao Cup and I won the Europa League. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has not been able to win that. And people must remember that this is Manchester United Football Club. It's arguably one of the biggest clubs in the world. You sort of ask yourself, would have Barcelona tolerated going this long without winning anything, despite finishing second, despite the stability? Would have Real Madrid tolerated? Would have Bayern Munich? I don't think so. And I think keep him, but next season he
Mm.
has to sort of, because that's another good point that you mentioned as well was this was the season for him to go for it. There was a time when United were top of the log. They played Liverpool, and they didn't necessarily go for it, even though Liverpool were really stringent with the injuries that they had. And even when they were top of the league at some point, Ole Gunnar didn't want to say he's in the title race because he probably was afraid of Manchester City or Liverpool if they could come back as well. So being knocked out of FA Cup, he has to win Europa League. I mean, he probably will finish in the top four, but he did that last season. You know, what is he going to do different this season? So Europa League, I probably would say he must win it just to have silverware and get the team winning again.
Yeah,
get the team winning again. I think also another thing is if people remember, Arsenal went 10 years without winning anything. And eventually when they won their first FA Cup, eventually there were FA Cups that came in abundance within the next couple of years because it breeds that sort of winning mentality within the mindset of the players. And you can see with Bruno Fernandes as well. They definitely need to win something very soon. But I think I definitely agree with you. It's not the best thing to do to get rid of him now. I think you're right. Keep him another season, but next season he has to seriously go for it.
Completely. Well, Shakes, it's been really nice to chat again. I've missed speaking to you guys. The videos have been few and far between. But obviously Easter weekend, there's some great sports on and everything. But looking forward to coming back in next Tuesday potentially and just getting the ball rolling again, chatting a little bit.
Oliver, I can't mention how much I've missed speaking to you guys. I think obviously I did message you sometime during this off period, and I just wanted to make sure, are we also off, or
No, we're always back on.
I wasn't really sure. So I'm really happy to be speaking to you guys. Hopefully we'll be back with Kevin as well. There will be a lot of football, a lot to look out for. Arsenal playing Liverpool, Leicester playing Manchester City. There's just a really lot that is going on. So all the best with your bets this weekend, man.
You too, Shakes. Thanks, man.
I'll see you, bruv.